Welcome back to Winning with Wiseman. I'm your host, Alex Haynes, and I am so excited to be in the studio today. I'm here with Rochelle Henderson from Axis Mundi Center for Mental Health. See, we even talked about this a couple times, and I knew I was going to fumble it because I was just so excited to have you on our show because I have not had a psychologist on this show yet. And that's what you are, right?
Yeah, psychologist, therapist. I'm an associate therapist, and yes, that's what I am.
That is so exciting to have you on the show. Gives us a class. We've had some amazing people come to this show, but no one with your pedigree yet. So I'm really excited to have you on our show today. And as always, we're talking about winning with Wiseman and how you ended up in a Wiseman location, what that means for your business, and all about who you are and what you do, right?
Yes. So where would you like, which questions you want me to start with?
We started with the name. Let's hit us with the name again. And what is it that you actually do? Because I'm still a little confused about what you do.
Okay, so my name is Rochelle Henderson, and I'm an associate therapist. So I'm going to look to this window. I am a therapist. Do not be afraid of therapists. We are your friend. And I'm here to help you because right now, Alex, in case you don't know it, it's a lot of anxiety going on. Mm-hmm. The world is kind of upside down, and a lot of people are just feeling overwhelmed and don't know what to do with that. We haven't recovered since COVID, to be honest with you. And so it's a way that helping people help themselves because the answers are really within inside of each other. I'm just here to help you figure out how to get what you need out of you.
I like that. And those who know me would say I probably wasn't good before COVID either. So for some of us, we just need your help.
Okay.
So
I receive that.
I like that. I like that's what you do. So what first started you down this road into this industry?
Oh, wow. Well, to be honest with you, it was during COVID that I went back to school. I have a nonprofit, and I've always been a mentor, but it was during my mentoring that I used to go to transitional houses for women and just encourage them and speak to them. And after our session, the lady was like, Rochelle, are you a therapist? And I was like, no. And she said, have you ever considered? And I was like, no. And she was like, you should. They wanted me to be the therapist for the house. And during COVID, I just took a chance. Been out of school for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. And I went back to school during COVID to pursue my master's degree in therapy.
That is an amazing story. Love when people go back and do even more. It's not like you weren't doing something that's helping people.
Whole full-time job, though, on top of that. So, but it was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
That is so exciting to hear and so amazing. So when this is not new, but it's new enough that you still remember that first moment you opened your doors.
Yes, I do.
What did it feel like?
It was amazing. My family actually came and we had a little celebration. We prayed over the space. And I was speechless because it was such a beautiful space to be in. And when my family came, they was like, oh my gosh, the location. I was like, I know. So it just felt safe.
I like that. So you did mention a little bit what you do, where you're a therapist. Therapists are here to help and listen to us. What would your goal be or mission statement be if you had to like summarize it to those who are like, well, what type of therapy? Because isn't there a bunch of different types?
It is.
So give us your mission. What are you how are you trying to save the world?
Well, you know what's funny? My tag to my therapy is as long as you have hope, things can change, right? And so I consider myself a root therapist. And what I mean by that, you are the tree to your childhood, what's in your roots. And a lot of us don't understand how much our childhood impact us as adults because you can't get over your childhood just because you are an adult. And so a lot of times I take you back to the places where some of the trauma started and heal the little boy. And because it's the little boy and the little girl that's acting up. And until you do right by them, they go continue to act up. So it's the point of getting to that place of peace and understanding that little boy and the little girl really need someone to validate what was never validated in them. And then that's where the journey of the healing starts.
That is amazing. And for someone who has gone through and gotten through, survived my childhood, I can attest to that.
Yes.
Amazing stuff. So as I'm listening to this, all I can think about is, man, there's so much trust you have to build. And wherever you are has to be an amazing spot.
Correct.
Not that I know where you're at, but talk to me about your location because that's got to be a central piece to your business.
It definitely is. I can say before I came to my location where I'm at in downtown Suisun, I was in a space that was not safe I thought it would be okay until I went in the evening time because I do majority of my therapy is in the evening and on weekends, and that's when the security guard is not there. So when I went to visit, it looked okay until I went in on a Saturday because no one was there, and I was like, "Uh-oh, this not good, right?" And so I had painted and everything, but I asked them respectively if I can get out of the lease because I don't think my clients would feel safe coming because unfortunately it was a lot of homeless there, and my heart goes out for them, but my clients got to feel safe. And so my friend was at the Wiseman building downtown, Suisun, right across the street from the Amtrak, and she said she had a space the other therapist had left, and she showed me the space, and I was like, yes, and it's been the best thing I could have ever. I feel safe going in, but I also feel proud when my clients come into that building on the weekends or whenever we, in the evenings, that it is a very beautiful place. And one of my clients said, "Oh my gosh, this is nice." And I was like, "Yes, it is." So your space does make a difference, for sure.
Huge. And I mean, it is, I can attest because I've been over there. It is a beautiful location right next to the water, beautiful building.
Yes.
Well maintained.
And some of my clients, we go outside. I give them the option. We don't have to be in the office. And since we're by the water, we can sit by the water or we walk while we do therapy.
I mean, you can't get a much better space than what you have.
Can't.
And I would like to call that the Class A experience.
Yes, you can.
And there's a huge difference, and I think you kind of nailed this. There's a difference between having a space and having a Class A space.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. I agree with him.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. No, it is. Even when I come in, I have a smile on my face because I was like, yeah.
And that's huge. And that's what we love to hear. So many people have said over and over again, it's just right for us. And it helps because the minute our customers come in, they feel like we belong there. They feel it's for you, it's that level of excellence that you expect of yourself.
Yes.
And your clients are hoping and looking for an immediate trust.
Yes, for sure. It does make a difference. And I can say, even for me to be, when I coming in the evenings, it's well lit. I mean, this is more light at evening than it is in the daytime. So even if I have to leave later, I still feel safe because I know the place is well lit, and I haven't had any issues since I've been there.
I love it, and to know that you came from somewhere else and now found a better spot, that is what winning looks like, and your clients probably all agree as well.
Yes, they do.
So let's shift away from this amazing location, which we love talking about, and let's focus again back on you.
Okay.
You've been in business since COVID, which was longer than we all realized it was ago, but not that long ago.
Right. I graduated, and I've been in the building I've been there now for 2 years. Yeah.
And after the move, obviously the first thing you probably noticed change was safety. But when people started coming to you, what changed about your business, or what did you realize you could do now that you had this better space?
Well, one thing I could promote and be happy. I don't know if like I can really promote my business and know that when my clients come into the building, like, okay, yeah. Because even when my clients, when they first get to say, "Oh my gosh, this building is so," like all of my clients, when they came up, this building is really nice. So even for them to say that when they first came, because I do telehealth and I also do do live. And when all of them first came in, that was the one thing that they all said was like, "Your place is nice." And I was like, "I know." So it helps promote it very easily. Your location matters.
Oh, absolutely. And I think especially for you, doctor, right? Psychologist.
Not yet.
I
I've got my master's, but we're working on our PhD.
But working on that PhD.
Yes.
Being a therapist,
Yes.
being able to have that brand authority.
Yes.
It's so critical.
Very much so.
For you and trust. And I think that's huge. So now that you're in this space, what does the future look like? You said you've been there for 2 years. You got invited to this posh Winning with Wiseman podcast.
Okay.
What are you working on next?
Okay, so I have got big thoughts over there. I don't know why you brought, but I'm also a Reiki healer.
Okay.
And one of the things I want to do is expand. Because you should not do Reiki and therapy in the same space, because Reiki is really energy healing and it needs its own space. But I also teach breathing. I'm going back to school to be a certified breath healer. So I'm going to be a holistic therapist,
I like
right?
that.
And so I need more space. I vision having the bigger outside that people can come in, and I'm teaching them the different breathing techniques. So I got some thoughts over that. It's a corner one over there because I want to. I saw it, but I gotta get there. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm seeing expansion because I'm a holistic healer, so it won't be just therapy. It'll be Reiki. It'll be stretching, because our body holds trauma in all these different ways. And it's certain. I'm going to be certified to be. It's called acupressure, and what acupressure is learning the points of the body where trauma is stored, and helping it be released. Because think about petrified wood. You have petrified trauma, and it may not even be yours. It may be passed down through your generations, and you don't even know it. And so acupressure literally helps you release trauma that's not there, that's just been stuck.
Wow, that is some deep stuff. I mean, it goes back to that roots thing you were talking about earlier.
You're catching on, see?
See,
You
I
caught
do
on real
listen.
quick.
I do listen. So I love this. You're talking about expanding. You have big dreams. Are you involved in the community? I can only imagine.
I am.
What are you doing?
I have a nonprofit too.
Oh, you mentioned that. Tell me more about that.
So I have a nonprofit called Created Wonderfully. And it started off being because I believe that the woman is the heartbeat of the house. And what I mean by that is when the heartbeat of the overseer of the home is irregular, the whole house is. I don't care if you're married. If your wife's heartbeat is irregular, it messes up the house. If you are a single mom, it throws the house off balance, right? So I started that nonprofit to build the self-esteem of women and girls. And so, but what I've realized is that, and this is what I'm doing now, is I'm starting to have an initiative called Therapy for All, because what I've discovered is the people who need therapy the most are the people that can't afford it. And so I'm asking the community to partner with my nonprofit to help people that can't afford therapy get therapy because they don't have insurance and they struggle. And like I have a lot of clients. I have a grandmother that I don't charge her, but I know she needs the help. But at the same time, I know I need financial assistance to let me keep my rent. But how do you turn away people who really need the help if they can't afford it? And so the tag is therapy shouldn't be a luxury.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very.
And so my nonprofit now has an initiative to ask people and businesses to partner with the nonprofit to help people in need get therapy that they need.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very, very community driven. I think that's important.
It is.
Like you said, a lot of people who need it can't afford it, right? And let me tell you, those who have more money,
they need it too, but they don't
need it
come.
too, but they
but
don't
the ones who really want it, I just hate it. I was like, I can't say no to her. So I'm literally, she's on Medicaid. She's on Social Security. And so how can I say no? I just trust and believe that God is gonna help me through this situation. But that's right now is my drive. And I mentor. I do as much as I can. I just figure I can't do everything, but I can do something.
I like it. And you talked about going back to college to get that doctorate.
Yeah, I am.
Do you have
medicine.
more than 24 hours like the rest of us?
Listen,
Just curious. Just curious.
No, what I'm doing is I actually work a full-time job. I do therapy part-time, but I'm retiring. I will be 60 in December.
Lies.
Come on, 60. And I've been at my other job. I've been at my job for 36 years, but I'm retiring so I can do this full-time. And then I can go to school and not stress myself. So I'm not going to start school until I retire.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Well, that is some amazing stuff. Have you been to any events, joined any chambers, partnered with any other groups?
I have not, because the way my life's set up, I work 7 to 4 and then do therapy 4:30 to 7:30. I don't have that way of doing that yet. But I do. I'm not part of a chamber. I don't think therapists is really that. I'm on some different organizations for mental health people. Like I work with some companies that have reduced pricing. So I reach out in those ways, but I do go out now since I'm going to be retired. I'm definitely going to be out more. My theme is I want to normalize therapy for us.
I like that. That. So we did talk about the future a little bit.
Yeah.
We talked about you growing, but I'm curious, you got into this building, right? And you must be having a good experience if you're thinking about growing.
I am. I did have a really good experience. The young lady who had the opening spot, she introduced me. She sent an email, and let me know that someone from Wiseman would be giving me a call regarding a sublease. They called me. They sent over everything was done electronically. Nothing had to be printed out. Everything was e-done. It was one of the easiest little transactions ever. So it worked itself out really easy.
Isn't that nice? Electronics. I love it.
Yes, I love it too. So we didn't have to print nothing out. If we had any questions, she was available. And any concerns that I had to make sure I was understanding the lease, she definitely, shared with me my concerns. And it worked itself out really well.
Now, I don't know how the other went down. I know it didn't work out the place, but here's what I've been told. And I could be totally wrong. So hopefully I'm not totally wrong. But you said something that I think is key. They were available.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that's rare. I've been told that it's hard to find people who will take your calls, who will show up, who will help fix stuff. You wanna tell me if that's true? You're the one who had the experience.
Yes. So I can tell you that the other place when I was looking for it, and it took them a minute to call me. Seriously. And I was like, word, because it was a smaller spot. And I had to send emails. I left messages for everybody that was on the I found it online, but I'm calling like, hi, I'm interested. Hi, I'm interested. It was crazy. It took them a minute to respond back to me, which was, I should have listened to my first mind because you showed up wrong. And I should have knew they showed up wrong, right? But I really thought I could work around it. Yeah, it was. I can confirm that.
That's so nice to hear. We've had a couple episodes, and we get told over and over again, oh my goodness, they go out of the way to help us. Oh my gosh, they actually answer the phones, which I just thought was a normal thing until I started working with Wiseman and getting the privilege to know them and hearing all these stories over and over again about how Wiseman commercial has gone above and beyond and helped people even talked about their businesses, helped them get business. We have the opportunity for you to come on the show and talk about your amazing business, and we're going to have a chance for you to tell everyone how to get in contact with you here shortly.
Okay.
But companies don't do that normally.
No, they don't.
That's pretty amazing in my opinion.
None of that. No, I can tell you that now. It took them a minute. I called and called and called. I was kind of mad, and then I understood why they didn't call back.
I love that.
Need I say more? But I can't say. Even with the introduction of the email, immediately I got the call back saying, she introduced herself to me and said, this is what we're going to do, and I will give you everything she said. It happened very quickly. So I can say, Wiseman, you're good for that, okay? They actually do call you back quickly. So A1 for them on that one, seriously.
I love it. Yeah, I love hearing that. I love hearing the fact that we answer the phones. That's kind of a big deal in my opinion, right? It's great to hear that you've had such a good experience. You're considering getting more.
I do.
That's even more amazing in my opinion, that you want to expand.
I do. That
tells us everything in my opinion, because you don't go back for seconds if the first helping was bad.
I don't. And so you're right. I mean, it's really, and even when I locked, let me tell you the bad part. Well, this is what I did. I didn't realize I closed the door on a weeknight, on a Friday night, went to the restroom, locked myself out. Okay? We talk lock myself out. Thank God I had the iPhone because I locked everything out. I'm panicking. And downstairs where you have the flyer, I used my phone to call. And the contractor, after service guy, was across the street eating and came over and unlocked my door for me because I couldn't get to my car. I would have to walk home. I left everything. I said, wait a minute, I have my iPhone. And I called the number on there. They said, okay, we're going to get someone there. We're going to get someone there. And I said within 20 minutes because they had to first find me. He said, oh, he's across the street. I was so happy to see them. I didn't know what to do with myself.
That's amazing.
It was.
That might be a great story that we have to tell. Even when you lock yourself out, we're there to help you.
Listen, I'm telling you, they were actually the after hours. She was like, oh, no. And they worked with me on that, but he was actually across the street. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, I'm glad you're here. So on a Friday night. So, yeah.
That says a lot. That's amazing. So we talked about the business.
Yes.
We talked about what you do. But I know there are people probably listening, watching, podcast or watching us on YouTube, and they're going, but how do I reach out to her? How do I get her to help me with all these problems, all these thoughts going in my head? Because the world's crazy. Have you gone shopping recently? Have you seen how much food costs? Like just
Listen,
going out my door,
it's a lot going
gas
on.
prices, it's crazy, right?
It is.
How can people reach you? You have a website, you have Instagram. What do you
What
got?
I do is that I do have, if you go to Psychology Today and just type in Rochelle, Rochele Henderson, all of my information will pop up, my email. If you go to my email is missnogray, MISSNOGRAY @gmail.com. And you can just set up a 30-minute consultation. I tell people this all the time, Alex. I'm not for everybody. Because sometimes I can be your thug therapist. Sometimes you need a little throw, but no, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm different things for different people. But I do help people just to find out who they are. But if you go to Psychology Today, you'll definitely see my name. Or if you even just say Rochelle Henderson, it'll come up on any of the platforms because I'm a therapist. So I'm on different platforms marketing-wise. So if you just do Rochelle Henderson, my information will come up and you can set up a 30-minute free consultation. And we do it through video. And then you can just talk to me. I talk to you and you can say, hey, I want to give her a try or not. Because I tell people this all the time. I don't have the answers, but I want you to feel comfortable. And so don't think you should just, like a used car, find the one that fits you. And so when you speak to me, it is okay if you say, I don't think she's my fit. I'm good with that. But I definitely want you to, have a conversation and we can talk. And if you trust me, because it's the biggest thing for any therapist, you got to trust them. And unfortunately, it's a lot of people that have therapists that they don't trust and they don't think they can tell their therapist how they feel. And that's crazy to me. And I don't have all the answers. So I want you to be comfortable with me that you will be able to share with me the things that you haven't shared with people before. And then that's how your healing journey starts. It's real easy.
I love it. That's great.
And I really want to normalize it for men. Talking to you. Okay.
Love that. Big proponent of men's health. A huge fan of that.
Oh my gosh.
One of the other podcasts, we constantly pivot back to men's health and talking about, hey, you got to talk to somebody. You can't keep it inside.
I think men, I think men don't understand. We've given y'all, men has given them own selves this thing that they should pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. They can't cry. Y'all are not robots. I'm like, who told y'all were robots? And when you don't cry, you just get really mad. And so a lot of men just walk around here hella mad, no, they hella hurt, but they can't tell you that they hurt, but they can tell you that they're really angry.
That's good. I feel like we just all got a free little session there. Just
okay,
saying.
We're done.
I was just saying.
I know, that was true.
You see me start crying. No, we're good. We're great. That's amazing.
Yes.
So any phone number, anything else we want to give to the public?
Sure. They can call 925-466-4729. And they can leave a text message and say, hey, I saw you and I would like to talk to you. And we'll just set up a Zoom. And once they set up the Zoom, I do not take insurance. We do not take insurance. That's that could be a whole podcast by itself, Alex, that we're not going to deal with. But I do not take insurance. And so we'll figure those things out together. But yeah, so if you want to just have a short conversation, I'm here for it.
I love it. And who doesn't want to talk to someone who's just willing to listen?
Yeah, and don't judge you. How about that? Mm-hmm.
We all need someone like that in our lives.
Listen, unapologetically. I even have a boxing thing in my office. When you go hit, I got boxing gloves.
I like it.
It's in the middle of the floor. So when you open the door, you go, what's that for? In case, I know y'all mad. Come on, let's get it out. Get it out. So I got a whole boxing gloves, all that. Want to scream? Let's scream together. It don't matter to me. So, yeah.
I love it. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And then to our audience, thank you so much for listening today. Hit that like, the subscribe button. And if you're thinking about maybe looking for the right place, the only place you should really talk to, only people, Wiseman Commercial. Would you say so?
I would say so.
Excellent. Until next time, Alex Haynes, your host, here with Winning with Wiseman.